How is it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the KRV Sports Podcast. Today we're going to be doing a little ad-libbing, just kind of chit-chatting about the up-and-coming baseball season and all the things that I'm really excited to see and all the players that I think are going to have a really good up-and-coming season. So I didn't really prepare much material or anything like that. I'm kind of just going right off the top of my head. But it would be pretty hard to not start this episode off without talking about, let's be honest, the 2020 Dodgers are going to be something else, right? I mean, Mookie Betts gets added to the team. You throw in David Price. It's looking like the Dodgers are going to have a pretty good season. But, you never know. Sometimes when you make those moves, sometimes things just don't gel, right? And sometimes things don't work out. But I got a pretty funny feeling that this one's going to work out when you got a perennial MVP candidate in Mookie Betts and David Price. I mean, he's not David Price of old, but he's still David Price. There's a lot of worse pitchers out there in the world than David Price, so I will take him. And I want to take actually a little time out to talk about this new guy, Bruce. I'm going to butcher his name, and I apologize 1,000 times. Brustar Graterol. I'm reading it. I butchered it. I'm sorry. I gave it my biggest effort, I promise. But this kid, he honestly looks amazing. I've been seeing a lot of his stuff online, a lot of videos of him when he was pitching with the Twins and some of the nastiness that he has, and he's throwing at 100 miles an hour. So that in itself is pretty amazing. So to be able to add a right-hander to the bullpen that throws 100 and has just nasty off-speed stuff, some good spin rate, when you're adding that to the bullpen on top of Blake Trinan, who has every potential in the world to be an amazing bullpen piece, and same with Joe Kelly. I know Joe Kelly was, Joe Kelly last year, but, there's a strong chance that he can bounce back and have another good season. Maybe Mookie Betts with his son Knox, you know what I mean? I know they're really good friends, so who knows? Maybe that sparks the flame in Joe Kelly, and he comes back to the Joe Kelly of old. But another piece that I want to talk about is this guy Adam Kolarek. He's the lefty specialist that the Dodgers acquired from the Rays last year, along with Casey Sadler, and he was absolutely amazing last year with the Dodgers. I think he really flew under the radar, which is really easy to do when you have as much talent as the Dodgers do. So Adam Kolarek last year was amazing. I'm really excited to see kind of him, get his little lefty specialist position on the team kind of cemented. Dustin May is Dustin May. I heard something along the lines of him having like the best spin rate in baseball last year or something along those lines, which is pretty crazy to think about. And he's still kind of figuring himself out. So the second that this kid, really kind of comes around and starts putting his pitches exactly where he wants them to go, I think he's going to be dirty. Jimmy Nelson, I really like Jimmy Nelson because for those of you guys that don't know, he's a big MLB The Show streamer. He actually streams himself playing MLB The Show, and his streams are super entertaining. So when he got traded from the Brewers to the Dodgers, I was actually really low-key excited just because of that. Like, it was really cool to see that guy on the Dodgers now. So now when I watch him stream, it's like, that guy plays for my favorite team. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool to see. Jimmy Nelson, I actually don't know too much about Jimmy Nelson. Hopefully this guy comes and balls out as far as a player. But in MLB The Show, he's pretty nice. So Alex Wood, here's a player that I tweeted this the day that Alex Wood got sent to Cincinnati. The day he got sent to Cincinnati, I said that Alex Wood would someday win a Cy Young Award. There's something about Alex Wood that he just that funky delivery and watching him pitch in that World Series, and when the kid is on, dude, Alex Wood is on. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. I think he's, again, super underrated. Yeah, he has some tough stretches, and you know what I mean, but in the MLB, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna go through those tough stretches, but if this is another guy that if he figures it out, he's just gonna be really nasty. So a lot of really good, solid options in that starting rotation. A lot of different people you can go to. Tony Gonsolin was really good last year. Hopefully Kenley Jansen can figure it out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe don't throw a cutter every single pitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's throwing that slider, that changeup a little bit more. I'm not a pitching coach, but that's probably what I would do. But Gavin Lux, of course. Gavin Lux, I think, is going to have another good season. Max Muncy signed that extension, so hopefully he can deliver on that. And Justin Turner, I think Justin Turner's got to be, I just said his name 3 times in a row, I think, but one of the best Dodger hitters of all time. I know he has like a kind of a small sample size, but when you just look at what the guy's done since he's put on a Dodgers uniform, it's absolutely crazy. Definitely one of my favorite players. And then Cody Bellinger's Cody Bellinger, right? He's MVP. That's all I got to say about that. But I mean, outside of that, when you look around at the NL West, I mean, the San Diego Padres, they're still probably trying to add a couple little pieces. I know they're really trying to get rid of Will Myers, which is just a terrible contract on their part, but it's the San Diego Padres. What can you expect? But they're trying to dump Will Myers, so I'm thinking there's a team out there that's got to be suckered. You know what I mean? Like, got to be sucker enough, if that sentence even makes sense, to take on that Will Myers contract in some sort of a trade. But Manny Machado, man, and maybe I'm just a salty Dodgers fan for what he did while in his time in LA, at least in the playoffs. But man, he's just not that good. Like, Manny Machado's good. Like, defensively, he's amazing, right? Let's be real, he's amazing. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think there's a lot of downsides to Manny Machado that severely outweigh like what he brings to the table, and that's just my opinion. Then again, the dude's an MLB player, and I'm definitely not. So he's got that on me all day long. But other than that, I mean, the Arizona Diamondbacks, everybody says that they're going to be good this year. They added Bumgarner, they added Marte. It's just I don't see them being that great. You know what I mean? They'll probably do like they do every year and hang around second and third place, maybe, have a really good couple weeks where they challenge, for that first place spot, and then kind of fade towards the end of the season again. And then the Giants and the Rockies. I mean, Nolan Arenado is gone, right? Nolan Arenado is not staying in Colorado. That's not going to happen. There's way too much beef going on with Nolan Arenado and the Rockies front office. I just today I read something along the lines of like a reporter asked the general manager, the owner, a question about Nolan Arenado, and he got super mad and told him he didn't want to make any comment on it or anything along the line. So it's looking like some treacherous territories over there in Colorado as far as the Nolan Arenado situation is concerned. But I mean, I'm just really excited for this baseball season. I'm really excited to see players like Guerrero Jr., you know what I mean? Tatis is a Padre, but I mean, you got to be excited for the young players like that, you know what I mean? As long as he strikes out in all of his at-bats against the Dodgers, I'm fine with it, you know what I mean? I'm cool if he has a pretty good season. But Pete Alonso, I'm not a Pete Alonso fan. I'm not a Mets fan at all, so it's like, that's the bias in me. I get it, you know what I mean? I'm biased against the Mets. I don't like the Mets. Sue me, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. But I mean, baseball, I think baseball this season is going to be really good. It's going to be interesting to see like how the actual season affects this whole Astros cheating thing, you know what I mean? Because I don't think any of these players are going to forget about it anytime soon. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of the antics that play out in these games. Are the Astros going to get beamed right in the face hole, you know what I mean, every at bat, or are we just going to like, play the humble card and just beat them, you know what I mean? But wouldn't it be funny if the Astros ended up in just dead last place, like just nobody could hit, you know what I mean? Altuve hits like 220, you know what I mean? It's how funny would that be? I would have the best day ever if that happened. But as far as that is concerned, it's going to be a really good season for baseball. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it. There's gonna be a lot of good competition this year. I think the Phillies are gonna be a good team. I believe. I don't think they're gonna repeat what they did last year. I think they're gonna be a genuinely good team. I mean, you look at the Braves, right? They're gonna be a good team. There's a lot of good teams out there that are gonna be challenging for that World Series spot. But obviously, the bias is in me. I'm taking Dodgers in 4. You know what I mean? I'm taking Dodgers in 4 in the World Series all day long. That's just me. I don't even think they lose a game in the playoffs, if I'm going to be honest. I think that's just facts right there, right? But I think that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. I think I talked faster than I've ever talked in my entire life. I kind of just randomly had a spur of the moment idea to even make this. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. And make sure to subscribe and like and all that stuff. Leave some comments. If you guys want to see me, talk about anything in specific, you know what I mean? If you want to see me do top 10s, whatever you want to see, feel free to leave it down in the comments because, I mean, let's just be real. There's not that many down there, so the chances of me making a video on your comment is pretty damn high, right? So make sure to do that. And other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys did enjoy it. Wherever you're at in the world, I do hope you have a good day or night. And peace, everybody.